3 times Omkaram chanting, please. Om. 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 Om Tat Sat. Namasmaranam. Om Madhava. Om Hrishikesha. Om Achyuta. Om Krishna. Om Keshava. Om Govinda. Om Madhusudana. Om Varshnaya. Om Janardhana. Om Purushottama. Om Bhutabhavana. Om Bhutesha. Om Devadeva. Om Jagatpati. Om Param Brahma. Om Param Dhama. Om Paramam Pavitram Bhavan. Om Adishesham. Om Adidevam. Om Adidevam. Om Ajam. Om Vibhum. Om Paramam Purusham Shashvatam. Om Param Purusham Divyam. Om Kamalapatraksha. Om Parameshwara. Om Purushottama. Om Yogeshwara. Om Mahayogeshwara. Om Hari. Om Vishweshwara. Om Vishwarupa. Om Vishnu. Om Devavara. Om Devesha. Om Jagannivasa. Om Sahasrabaho. Om Vishwamurte. Om Vasudeva. Om Prabho. Om Vibhu. Om Keshinishudana. Om Paramatma. Om Suhrut Sarvabhutanam. Om Vishwaraha. Om Maheshwaraha. Om Parameshwaraha. Om Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. Om Ajam Hanadim. Om Ajam Avyayam. Om Avyayam Ishwaraha. Om Parangatim. Om Paramagati. Om Param Shantim. Om Amritaha. Om Akshay Kalaha. Om Kala Kalaha. Om Mahakalaha. Om Avyayaha. Om Avinashi. Om Anashini. Om Atmadeva. Om Kaliya Mardana. Om Potanahari. Om Sakatasura Mardana. Om Kamsa Mardana. Om Sarvapranayidaha. Om Pavitram Omkaram. Om Tat Sat. Yesterday we covered chapter 3. Day before yesterday we covered chapter 2. Lord Krishna has said in both chapter 2 and chapter 3. Today we are going to cover chapter 4. Before going to chapter 4, let us recapitulate the main important point what he covered in chapter 2 and chapter 3. In chapter 2 and chapter 3, Lord Krishna has said about the knowledge of the self, Atma Jnanam, self-knowledge. After that, since Arjuna didn't understand properly, perhaps the Atma Jnanam, he had trying, Lord Krishna has been trying to explain Arjuna about the second aspect of the knowledge of the self, that is through how to achieve it through the Karma Yogam. In that Karma Yogam, he mentioned about it that Karmaniye Vadakaraste Ma Phaleshu Kadachana Ma Karma Phalahitrubu Mate Sangha Astu Karmani Yogastha Kuru Karmani Sangam Tyaktva Dhananjaya Siddhya Suddho Samam Bhutva Samatvam Yoga Uchate. So to achieve this also, Arjuna is not able to understand. So Lord Krishna has mentioned about how the way to achieve this. The way to achieve this is to have the Sthita Prajna. Sthita Prajna is also quite it is a requirement to understand whether we are having Sthita Prajna in us or not. Are we Sthita Prajnas or not? That is what we have to understand. So in that he mentioned about the importance of the sense control, how to become Sthita Prajna or how to achieve Sthita Prajna, or to come to know whether we are having Sthita Prajna in us or not. So in that he mentions about, the Lord Krishna mentioned about the sense control. In that he mentioned a couple of slokas I will explain to you in chapter 2 and chapter 3. Thereafter we will go to chapter 4. Yet about sense control he is saying that Karmajam Buddhi Yukta hi, chapter 2, 51 and 55 and 58 and 61 and 68, 70, 71, 72 he mentions it. Karmajam Buddhi Yukta hi phalam tyaktva manishnaha janma bandha vinurmuktha padam gacchanta anamayam prajahati yada kaman sarvan pardha manogatan atman yeva atmana tushta sthirta prajna tada uchate यदा संहरते च अयं कूर्म अंगानिव सर्वसः इंद्रियाणि इंद्रियार्थेभ्यः तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठितः तानि सर्वाणि संयम्य युक्त आसीत मत्परः वसे हि यस्य इंद्रियाणि तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठितः इंद्रियाणां हि चरतां यन्मनो अनुविधीयते तत् अस्य हरति प्रज्ञां वायुनावमि वंभसि तस्मात् यस्य महाबाहो निगृहीतानि सर्वसः इंद्रियाणि इंद्रियार्थेभ्यः तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठितः अपूर्यमानम् अचर प्रतिष्ठं समुद्रम् आप प्रविशन्ति यद्वत् तद्वत् काम यं प्रविशन्ति सर्वे स शान्तिम् आपनोति न कामकामी विहाय कामानि सर्वान् पुमां चरति निःस्पृहा निर्ममा निरहङ्कारः स शान्तिम् अधिगच्छति एषा ब्राह्मी स्थितिः पार्थ न येनां प्राप्य विमुह्यति स्थित्वा अस्याम् अन्तकाले ब्रह्म निर्वाणं रुचति in chapter 3 he further mentioned about the sense control काम एष क्रोध एष रजोगुण समुद्भव महाशना महापापमा विद्येन मिह वैरिणम् इंद्रियाणि मनोबुद्धि अस्य अधिष्ठानम् उच्यते एतै विमोहित एष ज्ञानम् आवृत्य देहिनम् तस्मात् त्वम् इंद्रियाणि अदौ नियम्य भरतर्षभ पाप्मानं प्रजहीयनं ज्ञान विज्ञाननाशनम् इंद्रियाणि पराण्याहुः इंद्रियेभ्यः परं मनः मनसा तु परा बुद्धि यो बुद्धे परता तु सः एवं बुद्धे परं बुद्ध्वा संस्तभ्य आत्मानम् आत्मना जहि शत्रु महाबाहो कामरूपं दुरासदम् this he mentioned about. So after this he has gone to the chapter 4. Chapter 3 is Karma Yogam. Chapter 4 is Jnana Karma Sannyasa Yogam. Chapter 3 is Karma Yogam. Chapter 2 is Jnana Yogam, Sankhya Yogam. Sankhya Yogam, they also call it Jnana Yogam. Chapter 2 is Sankhya Yogam. Chapter 3 is Karma Yogam. Combining these two, Lord Krishna is telling about chapter 4. Combining chapter 2 and chapter 3, Jnana Karma Sannyasa Yogam. And in next chapter will come Sannyasa Yogam also will come to know. That is, so Lord is giving in a certain particular sequence. He is telling us, Arjuna, how to follow a certain procedure, how to achieve that knowledge, how to acquire knowledge, how to achieve the self-knowledge, how to achieve the sense control and self-control. He is telling us so that we can find a liberation for ourselves. So, no Jnana Karma Sannyasa Yoga. So, do you want me to tell the English part so far? Not required, as we have covered it already. Now we'll go to chapter 4. After covering chapter 4 in Sanskrit slokas first, then we'll get into English version of chapter 4. So, Om Tassat Hada Srimad Bhagavad Gita Upanishadsu Brahma Vidyayam Yogashastra Shri Krishna Samvade Jnana Karma Sannyasa Yoga Nama Chaturdho Adhyayah Shri Bhagavan Vacha Imam Vivasate Yogam Proktavan Anam Aham Avyayam Vivasvan Manave Praha Manu Ikshvakave Abravit एवं परंपरा प्राप्तम यमं राजर्षयो विदुः स कालेन यह महता योगो नष्ट परंतपः स एव अयं मया ते आद्य योगः प्रोक्तः पुरातनः भक्तो अस्मे सखा चेयति रहस्यं हेतत् उत्तमम् अर्जुन उवाच अपरं भवतो जन्म परं जन्म विवस्वतः कथम् एतद् विजानीयां त्वम् आदौ प्रोक्तवानिति श्री भगवान् उवाच बहूनि मे व्यतीतानि जन्मानि तव च अर्जुन तानि अहं वेद सर्वाणि न त्वं वेत्थ परन्तपः अजो अपि सन् अव्ययात्मा भूतानामीश्वरो अपि सन् प्रकृतिं स्वाम् अधिष्ठाय सम्भवामि आत्ममायया यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य ग्लानिर्भवति भारतः अभ्युत्थानमधर्मस्य तदा आत्मानं सृजामि अहं परित्राणाय साधूनां विनाशाय च दुष्कृतां धर्म संस्थापनार्थाय संभवामि युगे युगे जन्म कर्म च मे दिव्यम एवं यो वेत्ति तत्वतः त्यक्त्वा देहं पुनर्जन्म न एति माम एति स अर्जुनः वीतराग भय क्रोधा मन्मया माम उपाश्रिता बहवो ज्ञानतपसा पूता मद्भावम् आगता ये यथा माम प्रपद्यन्ते तान् तथैव भजाम्यहं मम वर्त्मानुवर्तन्ते मनुष्य पार्थ सर्वसः कांक्षन्तः कर्मणां सिद्धिं यजन्त इह देवता क्षिप्रं हि मानुषे लोके सिद्धिर्भवति कर्मजा चातुर्वर्ण्यं मया सृष्टं गुणकर्म विभागसः तस्य कर्तारमपि मां विद्धि अकर्तारम् अव्ययम् न मां कर्माणि लिम्पन्ति न मे कर्मफले स्पृहा इति मां यो अभिजानाति कर्मभिः न सभज्यते एवं ज्ञात्वा कृतं कर्म पूर्वैरपि मुमुक्षुभिः कुरु कर्मैव तस्मात् त्वं पूर्वतरं कृतं किं कर्म किम् अकर्मेति कवयो अपि अत्र मोहिता तत्ते कर्म प्रवक्ष्यामि यज्ञात्वा मोक्षसे अशुभात् कर्मणो हि अपि बोद्धव्यं च विकर्मणः अकर्मणश्च बोद्धव्यं गहनो कर्मणो गतिः कर्मणि अकर्मणे पश्येत् अकर्मणि च कर्मयः स बुद्धिमान् मनुष्येषु स युक्तः कृष्णकर्मकृत् यस्य सर्वे समारंभा कामसङ्कल्पवर्जिता ज्ञानाग्निदग्धकर्माणं तम् आहु पंडितं बुधा त्यक्त्वा कर्मफलासंगं नित्यतृप्तो निराश्रयः कर्मणि प्रवृत्तो अपि नैव किंचित् करोति सः निराशी यतचित्तात्मा त्यक्तः सर्वपरिग्रहः शारीरं केवलं कर्म कुर्वन् न आप्नोति किल्बिषम् यदृच्छालाभसन्तुष्टो द्वन्द्वातीत विमत्सरः समसिद्धावसिद्धौ च कृत्वापि न निबध्यते गतसंगस्य मुक्तस्य ज्ञान अवस्थितचेतसः यज्ञायाचरत कर्म समग्रं प्रबलीयते ब्रह्मार्पणं ब्रह्महविः ब्रह्माग्नौ ब्रह्मणाहुतं ब्रह्मैव तेन गन्तव्यं ब्रह्मकर्म समाधिना दैवम् एव अपरे यज्ञं योगिनः पर्युपासते ब्रह्माग्नौ अपरे यज्ञं यज्ञेनैवोपजुह्वति श्रोत्रादीनि इन्द्रियाणि अन्ये संयमाग्निः जिह्वति शब्दादीन् विषयान् अन्य इन्द्रियाग्निः जुह्वति सर्वाणि इन्द्रियकर्माणि प्राणकर्माणि च अपरे आत्मसंयमयोगाग्नौ जिह्वति ज्ञानदीपिते द्रव्ययज्ञ तपोयज्ञ योगयज्ञ तदा अपरे स्वाध्यायज्ञानयज्ञश्च यतयः संस्कृतव्रता अपाने जुह्वति प्राणं प्राणे अपानं तदा अपरे प्राणापानगतिरुद्ध्वा प्राणायामपरायणा अपरे नियत आहारा प्राणान् प्राणेषु जुह्वति सर्वेपि एते यज्ञविदो यज्ञक्षपितकल्मषा यज्ञशिष्टा अमृतभुजो यान्ति ब्रह्म सनातनं न अयं लोको अस्ति अयज्ञस्य कुतो अन्य कुरु सत्तमः एवं बहुविधा यज्ञा वितता ब्रह्मणो मुखे कर्मजान् विद्धितान् सर्वान् एवं ज्ञात्वा विमोक्ष्यसे श्रेयान् द्रव्यमयात् यज्ञात् ज्ञानयज्ञ परन्तपः सर्वं कर्म अखिलं पार्थ ज्ञाने परिसमाप्यते तद्विद्धि प्रणिपातेन परिप्रश्नेन सेवया उपदेक्ष्यन्ते ते ज्ञानं ज्ञानिनः तत्त्वदर्शिनः यज्ञात्वा न पुनर्मोहम् एवं यास्यसि पाण्डव येन भूतान् अशेषेण द्रक्ष्यसि आत्मनि अन्यथो मयि अपि चेदसि पापेभ्यः सर्वेभ्यः पापकृत्तमः सर्वं ज्ञानप्लवेन एव वृजनं सन्तरिष्यसि यथैधांस समिद्धो अग्नि भस्मसात् कुरुते अर्जुनः ज्ञानाग्नि सर्वकर्माणि भस्मसात् कुरुते तथा न हि ज्ञानेन सदृशं पवित्रं यः विद्यते तत्स्वयं योगसंसिद्धः कालेन आत्मनि विन्दति श्रद्धावान् लभते ज्ञानं तत्परः संयतेन्द्रियः ज्ञानं लब्धा परां शान्तिम् अचिरेणाधिगच्छति श्रद्धावान् लभते ज्ञानं तत्परः संयतेन्द्रियः ज्ञानं लब्ध्वा परां शान्तिम् अचिरेणाधिगच्छति श्रद्धावान् लभते ज्ञानं तत्परः संयतेन्द्रियः ज्ञानं लब्ध्वा परां शान्तिम् अचिरेणाधिगच्छति अज्ञाच्छ अश्रद्धदानाच्छ संशयात्मा विनश्यति न अयं लोको अस्ति न परो न सुखं संशयात्मनः योगसन्न्यस्य कर्माणं ज्ञानसञ्छिन्न संशयम् आत्मवन्तं न कर्माणि निबध्नन्ति धनञ्जय तस्मात् अज्ञानसम्भूतं हृत्सं ज्ञानार्जनः छित्त्वा एनं संशयं युगम् आतिथ्योदिष्ट भारतः तत्सत् इति श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतासु उपनिषत्सु ब्रह्मविद्यायां योगशास्त्रे संवादे ज्ञानकर्मसन्न्यासयोग नाम चतुर्थो अध्यायः। we'll see the yoga of knowledge. So in chapter 2 and chapter 3, the Lord Krishna mentioned about that sense control. So the English version of the things as an introduction to chapter 4. So in chapter 2 he mentioned about this sense control, important sense control. To have sthita prajna. They only, such people only can realize the God. Not that every person who doesn't have any sthita prajna, who doesn't have any stable mind, he cannot understand God. Lord, God is much prajna. We need to have sthita prajna. If we don't have sthita prajna, if you don't understand ourselves or you don't understand anybody, you don't understand Prakriti, you don't understand the world of people, how can we understand the Supreme Lord who is dwelling in all of these? So for that he says that those who are established in wisdom, the wise ones who have abandoned the fruit born of action and are freed from the bondage of rebirth, go to the place that is free from pain. And in the series of achieving sense control only, the Lord further says that Lord Krishna, when he leaves behind all desires, when the embodied soul or embodied being leaves behind all desires emerging from the mind, Arjuna, and is contented in the self by the self, then he is said to be one whose wisdom is steady. And when he withdraws completely the senses from these objects of the senses, as a tortoise withdraws its limbs into its shell, his wisdom stands firm. This we need to understand very well. And when he withdraws completely the senses from the objects of the senses, as an example of his giving, as a tortoise withdraws its limbs into its shell, his wisdom stands firm. And restraining all these senses, disciplined, he should sit intent on me. He whose senses are controlled, his wisdom stands firm. He is further saying, as a prelude to the meditation, before we sit in the meditation, restraining all these senses, disciplined, we should have a discipline with us in ourselves, not in a disciplined manner. Restraining all these senses, disciplined, he should sit in meditation intent on me, whose senses are controlled, his wisdom stands firm. Therefore, when the mind runs after the wandering senses, then it carries away one's understanding, as the wind carries away a ship on the waters. The importance of sense control, he is saying, if we do not control the sense control, do not have the sense control, our mind, what will it do? It will start running after the wandering senses, and senses are wandering away. Shabdam, Sparsham, Rupam, Rasam, Gandham, they are all calling our mind in different direction. We are seeing Rupam in this direction, we are listening Shabdam in this direction. So Rupam, Shabdam, Sparsham, somebody touches us, the Rasam, Gandham. So these all things carry our mind in a different directions. So that's going to happen if we don't have the sense control and mind control. So when the mind runs after the wandering senses, then it carries away one's understanding, as the wind carries away a ship on the waters. A ship, when it is not tied properly in the waters, a wind carries it away in whatever direction the wind comes into. So that is why, therefore, O Arjuna, the wisdom of him whose senses are withdrawn from the objects of the senses, that wisdom stands firm. The man of the restraint is awake in that which is night for all beings, and the time in which all beings are awake is night for the sage who sees. Like the ocean, which becomes filled with water, like the ocean which becomes filled with water, yet remains unmoved and stands still as the waters enters it. The he whom all desires enter and who remains unmoved attains peace. Not so the man who is full of desires, or who is trying to satisfy his desires. The man who abandons all desires, acts free from longing, indifferent to possessions, free from egoism, he attains peace. This is the divine state. Arjuna, having attained this, he is not deluded, fixed in it. Even at the hour of death, he reaches the bliss of God. Now, in chapter 3, the Lord Krishna is telling in Sloka 37, chapter 3, the Blessed Lord said, this is the force of desire. This force is desire. This force is lust. This force is anger. Lust, desire, anger. Its source is the Rajas Guna, Rajoguna, voracious and greatly injurious. Know this to be the enemy of the human beings. The senses, the mind, and the intellect are said to be the eternal enemy's abode. With these, it confuses the embodied one, obscuring his knowledge. Therefore, restraining the senses first, O Arjuna, kill this evil demon which destroys knowledge and discrimination. They say that the that the senses are superior, the mind is superior to the senses. Moreover, the intellect is superior to the mind. That which is superior to the intellect is the self. Thus, having known that which is higher than the intellect, sustaining the self by the self, kill the enemy, O Arjuna, which has the form of desire and is difficult to conquer. This is about so far. Now we'll go to chapter 4. Chapter 4, Sloka 1. The Blessed Lord spoke, I proclaimed this imperishable yoga. This chapter 4 is called Yoga of Wisdom. The Blessed Lord spoke, I proclaimed this imperishable yoga to Vivasvat. Vivasvat communicated it to Manu, and Manu imparted it to Ikshvaku. Evam parampara praptam. So this is thus received by the succession. The royal seers knew this after a long time here on earth. This yoga has been lost, Arjuna. This ancient yoga is today declared by me to you, since you are my devotee and friend. This secret is supreme indeed. Arjuna spoke, your birth was later, the birth of Vivasvat earlier. How should I understand this, that you declared it in the beginning? The Blessed Lord spoke, many of my births have passed away, and also yours, Arjuna. I know them all, you do not know them, Arjuna. Although I am birthless, my nature is imperishable. Although I am the Lord of all beings, yet by controlling my own material nature, I come into being by my own power. Whenever a decrease of righteousness exists, Arjuna, and there is a rising up of unrighteousness, then I manifest myself. For the protection of the good and the destruction of evildoers, for the sake of establishing righteousness, I am born in every age. He who knows in truth my divine birth and action, having left his body, is not reborn. He comes to me, Arjuna. Thinking solely of me, resorting to me, many whose greed, fear, and anger have departed, purified by the austerity of knowledge, have attained my state of being. In whatever way men take refuge in me, I reward them. Men everywhere, Arjuna, follow my path. This we are reading from the book written by Sant Gyaneshwar Maharaj. In whatever way men take refuge in me, I reward them. So that is what, in whatever way men take refuge in me, I reward them. Yadha mam prapadyante tatha tam tadaiva bhajami ham. If we pray God every day, we have respect, we have love, we have devotion to God. In the same way, He reciprocates to us. And similarly, those who do not pray to Him, they do not care Him, they do not understand Him, they do not try to know Him, they do not say that God is existing. In the same way, He treats them. Yadha mam prapadyante tan tadaiva bhajami ham. Mamavatma anuvartante manushya partha sarvasaha. In whatever way men take refuge in me, I reward them. That is what. Knowing this, we should worship Him always and every time, so that He takes care of us. Desiring the success of ritual acts, men sacrifice here on earth to the Vedic gods. Quickly, indeed, in the whole world of men, ritual acts bring success. The system of 4 castes was created by me according to the distribution of the qualities and their acts. Although I am the creator of this system, know me to be the eternal non-doer. Actions do not taint me. I have no desire for the fruit of action. Thus he who comprehends me is not bound by actions. Having known this, the ancients seeking release also performed action. Therefore, perform action as it was earlier performed by ancients. So God is telling us, God is impelling us to perform action, desireless action, and desireless of the fruit of the action. That He is telling us to perform action. He is telling us to be do action, doer, but not the non-doer and the non-action oriented, inactive, inaction. These kind of things God is not telling. God is telling till the last breath we should be action oriented without desiring for the fruit of its results. That's what it is. And what is action? What is inaction? Thus even the wise are confused in this matter. This action I shall explain to you, having known which you shall be released from evil. What is action? What is inaction? He is now telling us. One must know the nature of action, the nature of wrong action, and also the nature of inaction. The way of action is profound. He who perceives inaction in action and action in inaction is wise among men. He is a yogi and performs all actions. He who has excluded desire and motive from all his enterprises and has consumed his karma in the fire of knowledge, him the wise man Kale says, Yasva sarve samarambha kama sankalpa varjitaha kamagni dagdha karmanam tamahu panditum buddha. So, jnanagni dagdha karmanam tamahu panditum buddha. Yasva sarve samarambha kama sankalpa varjitaha jnanagni dagdha karmanam tamahu panditam buddha. He who has excluded desire, we should exclude desire and motive of certain profit, whatever benefit from all our enterprises. Whatever we undertake in action, we should exclude desire from it and motive from enterprises, and has consumed his karma in the fire of knowledge. Him the wise man calls a sage. If we do such things, we are also called sages. He who has abandoned all attachment to the fruit of action, tyaktva karma phala sangam, nitya trupto nirashrayaha. He who has abandoned all attachment to the fruits of action, always content, not dependent, even when performing action, does in effect nothing at all. Nirashiyata Chittatma Yakta Sarva Parigraha, performing action with the body alone, without wish, restrained in thought and self, with all motives of acquisition abandoned, he incurs no evil. He, the work of one who is free from attachment, who is liberated, whose thought is established in knowledge, who does work only as a sacrifice, is wholly dissolved. Brahman is the offering, Brahman is the oblation poured out by Brahman into the fire of Brahman. Brahman is to be attained by him who always sees Brahman in action. Some yogins perform sacrifice to the gods, others offer sacrifice by sacrifice itself in the fire of Brahman. Others offer senses like hearing in the fire of restraint. Still others offer sound and other objects of the senses in the fire of the senses. He is telling the types of yajnas, and this is very secret to understand. If we understand the type of yajna, yajna is not simply we just always we find that sit in front of some fire and start some fire and some fire sticks we put it and some the yajna, some mantras. That is not only yajna. He is telling the form of yajna which is very simple and easy to do for all of us, and always every time we can do it. So he is telling us once again that is what it is. So I'll read once again. Some yogins perform sacrifices to the gods, others offer sacrifice by sacrifice itself in the fire of Brahman. Others offer senses like hearing in the fire of, like say we are hearing, we are having a senses like hearing. We keep hearing only Om, 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 Om. Like I keep hearing the sense of hearing. I am offering my sense of hearing, the sound. That is also yajna. So as I am uttering this sound from my mouth, Vak Indriyam. Om, Om, Om. I am uttering the Om. This is also yajna. That's what Lord is saying. I'll read this once again. Srotradi Indriyani Anye Sayam Agnishu Juhvati Shabdadin Vishyan Anya Indriyagnishu Juhvati. Srotradi Indriyani, hearing senses and all that. Other senses like hearing in the fire of restraint. Still others offer sound and other objects of senses in the fire of the senses. This is also yajna. This we will do all this. In the due course of time, once this gets ready, we will do these kind of yajnas here. People don't understand that it's yajna, but it is a yajna as per the Bhagavad Gita. Others offer all actions of the senses and actions of the vital breath in the fire of the yoga of self-restraint, which is kindled by the knowledge. That is, offer the actions of the senses and actions of the vital breath in the fire of the yoga of self-restraints. That when we do meditation, that is what it is. And pranayama also comes in such yajnas. Some offer as a sacrifice their material positions. Like we have some money, material position, we offered it as a sacrifice. So we put the benches here. So this is also yajna. Some offer as a sacrifice their material positions or their austerities and practice of yoga, while ascetics of severe vows offer study of the scriptures and knowledge as a sacrifice. Some offer inhalation and exhalation. Here the pranayamam, he is telling about the pranayamam. Some offer apane juhvati pranam, prane apane tada apare, prana apana gati rudhva pranayama parayana. He is saying pranayama parayana, say kamakrodha parayana, say dhyana parayana, dhyana yoga parayana. Similarly, he is telling pranayama parayana, those who are intent on doing pranayamam. That pranayama is also yajna. Others offer inhalation into exhalation, and others exhalation into inhalation. restraining the path of inhalation and exhalation, intent on control of the vital breath. It's all happening with the vital breath, which we are doing. सांस हम जो ले रहे हैं उसी से ही. Others who have restricted their foods offer the life breath into the life breath. All these are known as sacrifice, and their evils have been destroyed through sacrifice. The enjoyers of the nectar of the sacrificial remnant go to the primeval Brahman. Not even this world is for the non-sacrificing. How then the others, Arjuna? He is telling all these sacrifices go to the Brahman, primeval Brahman. If one doesn't do all these sacrifices, what is he offering to Brahman to get good reward in life? Thus the sacrifices are of many kinds spread out before Brahman. Know them all to be born of action. These are all done by action only. If we do action only, these kind of sacrifices we are able to make it. If we don't do any action, how can we perform sacrifices? That's what the Lord is saying. So do action. Thus knowing this, you shall be released. So you do the sacrificial actions. Don't sit idly. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your life. Do sacrificial actions. Better than the sacrifice of the material positions is the wisdom sacrifice, Jnana Yajna. Now whatever we are doing is the Jnana Yajna. The Lord said, reading Bhagavad Gita or listening Bhagavad Gita is doing Jnana Yajna. He takes it as that we are worshipping Him, the divine soul, with the Jnana Yajna. That is wisdom sacrifice. So that is what. Arjuna, action without exception, Arjuna, is fully comprehended in wisdom. This is what? The knowledge of the sacrifice. Sacrifice of the knowledge. Know this through humble submission, through inquiry, through service on your own part. The knowing ones, the perceiver of truth, will be led to teach you knowledge. Knowing that you shall not again fall into delusion, Arjuna, and by that knowledge you shall see all beings in yourself and also in me. Even if you were the most evil of all evildoers, you would cross over all wickedness by boat of knowledge. This is thing, we will cross over the wickedness by the boat of knowledge. Here he said, no, boat of knowledge. Jnana plevena eva. And he is also saying Jnana Agni. Yadaidansa samidho Agni bhasmas kurute Arjuna Jnanagni sarva karmanam bhasmasat kurte tadha. As the kindled fire reduces firewood to ashes, Arjuna, so the fire of knowledge reduces all action to ashes. We might have done some sinful actions knowingly or unknowingly, but all these will be burned to ashes by the fire of knowledge. Nahi jnanena sadrusham pavitram iha vidyate tat swayam yoga sansiddha kalena atmani vindati. No purifier equal to knowledge is found here in the world. He who is himself perfected in yoga in time finds that knowledge in the self. This is yoga of wisdom. This chapter is yoga of wisdom. Lord is giving us wisdom. So, no purifier equal to knowledge is found here in the knowledge is the supreme, he says. You have to get knowledge first. Like this yajnas, what to do, pranayama yajnam and swadhyaya yajnam. All these yajnams we have to do it. And who is himself perfected in yoga in time finds this knowledge in the self. In our own body and mind, we get this automatically. Once we keep on doing this sadhana, this yajna sadhana, yoga sadhana, whatever you call it. He who possesses faith attains knowledge. That is what we have to have faith. Saddhavan labhate jnanam. He who possesses faith attains knowledge. But who doesn't have faith he doesn't attain knowledge, how can he attain knowledge? So we have to have faith. Yes, I will be purified. I'll get knowledge. Definitely, he who possesses faith attains knowledge. Devoted to that knowledge, restraining his senses, having attained knowledge, he quickly attains supreme peace. The man who is ignorant and does not have faith, who is of a doubting nature, is destroyed. Neither in this world nor that beyond, nor happiness is for him who doubts. Action does not bind him who has renounced action through yoga, whose doubt is cut away by knowledge, and who is possessed of this self, Arjuna. Therefore, having cut away with your own sword of knowledge, this doubt that proceeds from ignorance and abides in your heart, resort to yoga. Stand up, Arjuna. Om Tassat. Om Tassat. Atha Om Tassat. इति श्रीमद् भगवद गीता उपनिषत्सु ब्रह्म विद्याम योगशास्त्र श्री कृष्णान संवादे ज्ञान 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 विज्ञान ज्ञान कर्म संन्यास योग नाम चतुर्थो अध्यायः. 3 times ओंकारं सर. ओम 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 तत्सत्. सर्वं श्री कृष्णार्पणमस्तु. लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु. सर्वे जनाः सुखिनो भवन्तु. ओम शांति शांति शांति.